those that said follow social media may have seen a few pictures already of the racetrack. The new asphalt was put down in October of this year. It has went through a curing phase that has met what we've asked it to as far as timeline. We are still heavy in construction, so the track is ongoing work around the facility, in the pit, through Pit Road and around the grandstands and concession areas right now. But the asphalt itself, we're hopefully expecting some better racing, some opening up some grooves, extreme grip, and we'll talk through that a little bit with the tire packages and what to expect. We will work very diligently to open up open practice as soon as possible. Just keep in mind construction is going to constrain some of that. As we'll talk through, our first scheduled date is April 4th, and one is the weather. It seems like racing in March doesn't work. Second of all is give us some timeline here for some open practice before we get on the asphalt. So the track was, a lot of work was done on the base of the track. For those that's ran the track recently, it's a wild ride. So we had a lot of work that was done in the turns, a lot of bumps. We all know the bump on the backstretch going by the back gate, we all love. So that's going away. So there was a lot of work had to be done before we could actually put the asphalt on the surface. A lot of base, a lot of grinding, filling, a lot of work with transits, getting things level. There was an issue with the progressive banking. For those that have been around for a long time, turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, when they've done some patching, the banking kind of come down and flattened out a lot quicker than it had historically, or how the track was designed. That's been corrected. So we do expect some good, say 2 groove racing, some fast grooves. The upper grooves obviously will be fast. So the whole track was completely done. So we had a lot of work that went on getting the track to the spec, the grade where we needed it, and then the whole track has been capped with a circle track asphalt grade. So it is separate from a highway grade. Unfortunately, some of the asphalt was on there was from the interstate grade, which is not what we want, for some grip and the type of stone and material that's used for circle track racing. So it's a high tar mix. So that is some of the reason for the cure time, to ensure that the track is fully cured before we go to putting rubber down on the track and getting the final things completed before we do the striping and everything that we plan to do the track. There is a new tech shed, concession and restroom being constructed. The current concession stand and bathrooms have been demoed as of yesterday. All that has been removed. The infill will be completely open. Everything will be moved to turn 3 and 4. For those that know where the old tech shed was sitting, we're kind of in that vicinity, but more back toward turn 3. There's a 40 by 80 building that is going up now. It's being framed. That will consist of your restrooms, your concession stand. All your tech will be under roof. So when you go through the scales, you'll come through, it'll be a 80-foot long hallway that you'll roll through for all your scaling, all your pre-tech, and then obviously if you get to go to the teardown room, you'll probably be outside. So, but everything will be under roof, out of the sun. We will be very heavy on tooling. That's one thing that we've talked in a lot of detail about, is how do we tech cars where we don't have to send them home in a box. So there's a lot of technology out there that's being utilized and we can use. As for, I say we, back to Jackie on that, but as far as being able to tech the engines in the cars to complete, keep from tearing the engines down, every time we have a concern. So there, I won't say there won't be tear downs, but there's a lot of technology that will be used. So there's a lot of things that we'll have in place that hopefully makes things easier, when we go through tech. But the building itself will be a nice addition, where that everything is out of the sun and in a closed environment and be able to roll through. The control towers has been completely gutted and remodeled. For those that's been in the control tower, you better bring a fly squad. So it was a horrible environment, no air conditioning, extremely hot, scoreboard never worked, a lot of connectivity issues, internet issues. They were completely gutted. They'll have all new windows, drywall's being hung there now. They've been insulated. New roof put on the control tower, a new roof put on the concession stand. So all that's being remodeled, redone. The race operations will work out of the top floor of the control tower, as well as the announcing tower will be on the top floor as well. The lower level will be revamped as a VIP tower. So that's what it was originally designed to be, but it was, I'll say, uninhabitable in its current condition. So it will be revamped and will be utilized for VIP seating, and it'll be in a controlled environment with air conditioning and nice seats. So addition there are some nice seats for the people that choose to sit in the VIP. Grandstands. Heard a lot of talk about the grandstands. It's not only a huge concern, but a liability. We look at the condition. A lot of things contribute to the grandstands to get to where they were. Obviously, they're a concrete base. Several years ago, there was some metal added to the grandstands. For those that's been around, the back of the grandstands was boxed in with white sheet metal. It was added to the sides of it to make some cosmetic, make it look better. Unfortunately, with that, it held moisture and water. So when that happened through the freeze and thaw in the concrete, you see the end result. So there's a lot of work that's being done now currently to the structure. First thing we have to do is make sure that the integrities are there. So the blocks, the concrete foundations are being repaired. That's ongoing now. The weather is slowing that down from time to time. It's hard to do concrete work, in the extreme cold. But that is ongoing. All the metal's been removed. We're back to the cinder block base. Once it's done, they'll be completely painted and done. The seating areas will also be redone and repaired. I will tell you that based on timelines, we may not have 100% of the grandstands complete by race 1. If that's the case, they will be roped off in a section. You'll not be able to use it. We want to make sure it's right. Handrails is being added. That's been asked a few times, and it is a concern, is putting handrails in so people can come up and down the stairway, hopefully in a safe manner. But that is being added to the grandstands to make it a little more accessible and hopefully a little more user-friendly. The concession stand, I mentioned the one behind the grandstands is not going to be demoed. The bathrooms are. So for all you ladies, sorry your urinals are gone. We're completely redoing the restrooms as far as the fixtures. We are grandfathered, but we are coming up to code as far as handicap accessibility in the men's and the ladies' restrooms. So it's, again, not something necessarily required to do, but I think it's important that we have that accessibility. So that's being upgraded in the restrooms. The concession stand will be gutted as far as the interior. We'll have all new concessions as far as equipment, and obviously some good food, for everyone. A lot of work being done there, but the building itself will remain. I did have a new roof put on it. It'll be all LED lit underneath, and a lot of repairs and stuff done. As I mentioned, the concession stand in the pits will be all new. It'll be a completely new facility, new building, and everything. So what we did, just to elaborate just a minute, when we moved everything over to turn 3 and 4, we actually bored under the racetrack. We didn't want to open cut it for obvious reasons. We didn't want things to settle, have a sink. So we did bore under the racetrack. New sewer line, new water line, new power line, everything new coming in. So we had a lot of issues with the old plumbing, the old galvanized and stuff piping for over the years. So all that's been replaced as new. There are new sewer lines being put in the restrooms in the infield. That's being replaced as well. I mean, for the concession, for the grandstand, that's being replaced as well with new sewer line, all new plumbing and fixtures. So that's some things that we're doing as far as the grandstands and the concessions. The track light is a big one. There we are upgrading to LED fixtures on the entire track. With that, this is a pretty substantial project. I'll talk briefly about what's going on. We are using Musco. Some of you may be familiar with that name. They're one of the best in the industry as far as lighting. A couple of things, issues that we hit up front. First of all, LED lighting, even though it is, I'll say bright, it's also very concentrated. So when you look at a condensate light versus a LED light, they have a lot of shadow issues with LEDs because they're very concentrated in how that they light. So we had the engineers come in, do a survey of the track, look at all the fixtures we had. Their preference would be our poles be 50 feet in height instead of 40. Obviously that is a massive undertaking that we were looking for options not to do. So we were able to stay with the 40-foot fixtures, but there are going to be some additional lighting on all the poles. It will be, like I said, concentrated. So with that, there was some concerns about lighting in the pit area as well as the grandstands that we currently use some of the track lighting to backlight. So there will be some ongoing work there. So phase one that we're currently completing will focus on the track itself. All that is being upgraded to LED. It'll be up and operational. With that, we will have full control of the lights from the control tower. So the lights will come on. I will tell you a few little tricks to the lights that I think is cool. The lights can change colors. They can dance to music. They can do anything you want them to do. So we will have some features to the lights that we can do that hopefully adds a little bit of entertainment, to the platform that we have, and all that can be controlled from my cell phone if I want, or an iPad, or the control tower. So no longer turn the lights on and hoping they come on in 30 minutes. So that's been a huge upgrade on the lighting fixtures, substantial amount of money to get that done. But again, there will be some continuing work with the lighting throughout the facility, but it will not be implemented this year as far as some pit road lighting upgrades, as well as some lighting around the grandstands. So we will have lighting in place, but there will be some more upgrades coming. All right. One big upgrade that we're doing is a new digital scoreboard, 12 foot by 36 foot. This is a live feed scoreboard. As you see the picture, that's kind of pretty much where it's going to be placed. It's going to move on around into turn 2 for full visibility for the VIP and the grandstands. We can do anything you want. So we can put live feed on. We'll have 3 digital cameras that are wireless. We can walk up in the grandstands, interview a fan, and put him on the screen if you want. We can live stream the race. We can have a split screen, show the straightaways front and back during the race. Interview the drivers will be a live feed. Also for the sponsors, we'll be able to do a blitz with the sponsor, not only your sponsor, but the race sponsor. Everything will be able to be on the big screen. The scoring, obviously. We do driver introductions. We can show the cars, the drivers, pictures, anything we want. So this is live. We can put a music video and let the lights dance. We can do a lot of things with it. So bring us into the 21st century. So this also opens the facility up. We'll talk a little bit more about for other things outside of racing. There's some concerts and things that's been looked at. If we put a stage in the infield, we can actually put cameras on stage and put it on the live feed. So a lot of things we can do with the digital scoreboard. I think it's a big help for not only the track, but also to the drivers, for your sponsors. If we have the information, the logos, we can put all that on the big screen. And we have a race sponsor for the night, or someone that's sponsoring an event. Obviously, we can keep their logo and stuff up through the night and change it as we go. Questions on that? No porn. I've done been asked. So there's a lot of things that the screen will be able to do, and hopefully we see it as a benefit for not only the drivers, but also for potential sponsors for the track and for the competitors.